Welcome back to our channel. You know old is gold, but these rare coins that are most valuable than you think. Don't spend these coins if you have these coins. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a tiny coin that could unlock nearly $1 million. Sounds like a dream? Well, for a rare few, it's a reality. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary story of the 1944 no-mint mark 1-cent wheat penny, a coin that, for decades, quietly slipped through the cracks of ordinary collections, only to surface as one of the most sought-after treasures in numismatics. If you've ever glanced at your old coins and wondered if one of them could be worth more than a lifetime of hard work, this is the moment where curiosity meets opportunity. The 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just any coin. It's a mistake, a minting anomaly that defies expectation. Most pennies from 1944 were made of steel coated with zinc due to wartime metal shortages, but the rare no-mint mark variety somehow skipped the mark. Just imagine, billions of pennies were struck, yet only a handful of these elusive pieces escaped into the hands of collectors. Holding one isn't just possession, it's a connection to history, to ingenuity, and to the thrilling possibility of fortune. And here's where it gets spine-tingling. One of these pennies recently reached a jaw-dropping $935,000 at auction. That's right, nearly $1 million for a tiny, copper coin. Now, let's pause for a moment and picture yourself holding that penny. Feel the weight of history, feel the excitement. It's not just about the money, it's about owning a rare artifact that thousands of eyes dream of seeing, let alone holding. And let's be honest, there's a twinge of fear in missing out. Because while the market is hot, these coins don't stay available. Once a collector snatches one up, the door closes, and another opportunity like it may not appear in your lifetime. Here's a humorous thought to reset your brain for a second. Imagine telling someone you just bought a penny for nearly $1 million, and their first reaction is, "But it's just a penny!" Yes, just a penny, but one that has the power to change lives. This is where urgency meets opportunity. If you've got old coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or dusty boxes, it's time to reconsider. That seemingly insignificant change from the 1940s could very well be a ticket to wealth. Collectors and investors are constantly hunting for this coin. The competition is fierce, the stakes are high, and the rewards are staggering. The wheat penny's appeal lies in its rarity, its story, and its undeniable connection to American history. And for those who act decisively, it's not just a coin, it's a legacy. Each auction reminds us that these coins are more than currency. They are trophies of patience, observation, and yes, a little bit of luck. So, what does this mean for you? If you own a 1944 penny, or any wheat penny, without a mint mark, the time to act is now. The market has never been hotter, the collectors never more eager, and the potential rewards never more tangible. This is your moment to transform forgotten coins into fortune. Remember, the world of rare coin collecting isn't just for the experts. It's for those willing to recognize opportunity when it knocks. And this penny? It's knocking louder than ever. Imagine telling your friends or family that you turned a dusty, overlooked coin into nearly $1 million. The excitement, the pride, the validation, it's all yours. But don't hesitate. Every day that passes, another collector secures a piece of this rare history. The 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny is in high demand, and the market won't wait. History, wealth, and legacy are all intertwined in this tiny coin, and it could be yours to claim. So, take a look at your old coins today. Inspect them. Learn their stories. And if you discover one of these rare wheat pennies, don't just admire it, act. Because opportunity, like a rare coin, waits for no one. And when it comes, it demands recognition. This is more than wealth. This is history, excitement, and the chance to own a treasure that will be talked about for generations. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly change your life. Not just a few $100s, but a fortune so large it could redefine your financial future. Sounds impossible, right? Yet, hidden in plain sight, tucked away in dusty drawers and old coin collections across the United States, lies a rare treasure, the 1950 mint mark wheat penny. Not just any penny, but one with a minting error so rare, collectors and investors are willing to pay astonishing amounts. In fact, one of these tiny coins recently hit the staggering market value of $845,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million for a single penny. And today, I'm going to show you why this coin is more than just change. It's a gateway to wealth for those who know what to look for. Now, before you dismiss this as another coin story, let me ask you, when was the last time a coin in your collection made you feel like a millionaire? Probably never. But imagine discovering one that could. That feeling? That's real. The excitement of holding something so rare, the fear of missing out if you don't act quickly, that's the kind of urgency you don't want to ignore. And trust me, people who have stumbled upon these coins wish they had acted faster. Here's the kicker. Most people think pennies are worthless. In fact, some even joke about throwing them in a fountain and making a wish. But what if that one penny in your pocket is actually worth close to $1 million? Suddenly, tossing coins seems a bit reckless, doesn't it? So, what makes the 1950 mint mark wheat penny so extraordinary? First, it's the error. Unlike the common 1950 pennies minted by the Denver Mint, this coin bears a rare flaw that only a handful of coins from that year share. Experts in numismatics, that's coin collecting, but for serious wealth hunters, recognize this type of error instantly. And when collectors recognize it, the bidding wars begin. The scarcity of this coin drives demand higher and higher. It's not just about owning a penny, it's about owning a piece of history that very few people in the world can call their own. Now, let me hit you with some perspective. There are millions of 1950 pennies in circulation, but only a minuscule fraction have this particular mint error. That's what turns a humble coin into a high-stakes investment. One misstep in minting, one imperfection that most people would overlook, and suddenly, you have something that could sell for $845,000 in today's market. It's like finding a diamond in a bag of gravel. And here's a little secret most coin sellers don't want you to know: the market is hotter than ever. Collectors are actively searching for coins with errors and mint marks that make them rare. If you own one, you're not just selling a penny, you're offering someone the chance to own history, the thrill of the hunt, and the prestige of rarity. That's why these coins are in extremely high demand and why serious buyers are willing to pay top dollar. Quick humor break. Imagine explaining to your friends that your pocket change is worth almost $1 million. They'd probably think you're joking, or that you found the ultimate vending machine jackpot. But this isn't fantasy, it's real, and it's happening right now. Now here's the part that should make your pulse quicken. Every day that goes by, more collectors are scouring estates, sales, attics, and coin shops for coins just like this. Every penny you overlook could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the right hands. The 1950 mint mark wheat penny isn't sitting around waiting for you. The market waits for no one. If you have this coin or even a collection that might include it, the opportunity is right now. Imagine the freedom, the lifestyle, the doors this type of money could open. We're talking about turning something you've had for decades into life-changing wealth. That's why experts recommend having your coins evaluated and authenticated immediately. Don't let hesitation turn into regret. The coin market rewards decisiveness, knowledge, and timing, all of which you can master if you act today. So, here's the takeaway. That unassuming penny in your jar, the one you thought was just old change, could be a golden ticket. The 1950 mint mark wheat penny is not only rare, it's a high-demand collector's dream, a tangible piece of history, and a potential fortune just waiting to be claimed. And with a verified market value of $845,000, there's no room for maybe later. The question isn't if this penny could make you wealthy. The question is, will you recognize it before someone else does? Take a moment and imagine holding that coin, knowing you own something practically irreplaceable. That sense of power, pride, and security, that's what owning a rare coin like the 1950 mint mark wheat penny can give you. The opportunity is real, the market is active, and the potential is monumental. This isn't just a story about coins, it's about recognizing the extraordinary in the ordinary, and seizing wealth that's been hiding in plain sight for decades. Your move is simple: look, authenticate, and take action. Because history favors the bold, and fortune favors those who recognize it when it's staring them right in the face. Could this penny be your ticket to a millionaire's lifestyle? All signs point to yes. And the clock is ticking. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, so small that most people overlook it every day, yet it could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1951. No mint mark. Wheat penny, a coin that seems ordinary to the untrained eye, is quietly one of the most sought-after treasures in the coin world today. Most Americans walk past it in jars, drawers, or old coin collections without ever realizing the fortune they might be sitting on. Now, before you think this is just another rare coin hype, let me ask you, what if that dusty penny in your pocket could change your life forever? The 1951 wheat penny is already special for its classic design, but the no mint mark version? That's the golden unicorn for collectors. Mint marks usually indicate where the coin was produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But some coins mysteriously escape the minting process without a mark, creating an incredibly rare anomaly. And here's the kicker: these coins aren't just rare, they are in astronomically high demand, commanding prices in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, one sold recently for a jaw-dropping $989,000. Pause for a moment and let that sink in. That's almost $1 million for a coin you might find under a couch cushion. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely there's a catch? Well, there isn't, except that most people don't even realize these coins exist. And here's the twist: the very fact that it's hard to spot makes it even more valuable. Scarcity drives desire. Urgency drives action. And right now, the market for these rare pennies has never been hotter. But before we dive deeper, let me ask, have you ever thought that your old coin collection might secretly be a treasure chest? Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. That 1951 no mint mark wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a statement. It's proof that history can be profitable, that the past has a way of rewarding those who pay attention. Collectors, investors, and even celebrities have been hunting for these pennies for decades. The reason? Supply is extremely limited, and every year, coins disappear into private collections, never to resurface. In other words, the window of opportunity to sell, or even find one, is shrinking by the day. And here's a pattern interrupt for you. Did you know a single penny once saved a man's life? True story. But let's get back to your potential fortune. When you hold a 1951 no mint mark penny, you're holding a piece of the American story. But unlike most historical relics, this one has a price tag with 6 digits, sometimes approaching 7. The market isn't speculative, it's booming. People who own these pennies are no longer just collectors, they are strategic investors. They're living proof that wealth can come in the smallest, most unassuming packages. Imagine turning a dusty, forgotten coin into nearly $1 million. That's the thrill of discovery. That's the excitement. And yes, it's real. Now, let's connect a few dots. If you have any old pennies at home, especially ones from the early 1950s, the odds are better than you think that something extraordinary might be hiding in your collection. Maybe you inherited it from your parents or grandparents, or perhaps you stumbled upon it at a yard sale. The question is, are you ready to uncover it before someone else does? Because every day you wait, another collector might beat you to it. And here's another humorous thought. Most people have hundreds of coins in jars that are literally more valuable than their car. Crazy, right? But true. And that's exactly why acting now is critical. Here's the truth. In the world of rare coins, timing is everything. You don't just find a 1951 no mint mark wheat penny and walk away with $989,000. You have to know how to spot it, protect it, and bring it to market in the right way. The emotional thrill of realizing your old coins are worth a fortune is like nothing else. It's excitement, it's pride, and yes, it's a little fear too, the fear of missing out on a life-changing opportunity. And let's be honest, the idea that you might unknowingly own a near $1 million penny, well, it's both thrilling and nerve-wracking. So what should you do? Start by examining your collection carefully. Look for pennies from 1951 without a mint mark, and pay attention to their condition. Even slight imperfections can impact value, but with the right guidance, you could have something priceless in your hands. The market is aggressive, and buyers are ready. Serious collectors are actively hunting for coins like this every day. Imagine the satisfaction of knowing you're the one holding a coin that others have been searching for decades. The feeling is indescribable, but the financial reward is very real. Here's the final thought I want you to take away: opportunity doesn't knock twice. A 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny is more than a coin. It's a ticket to the kind of wealth and recognition that most people spend a lifetime chasing. Every coin tells a story, but this one could write yours. So, take a moment, look through your old collections, and see if history and fortune has been waiting for you all along. Because if you act now, you could be the next person to hold a piece of America's past that's literally worth almost $1 million today. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. A simple penny, the kind you've seen countless times in jars or drawers, yet this one is far from ordinary. Today, we're diving into a rare gem from the USA, the 1952 mint mark 1-cent wheat penny with a coin error so rare, it has captivated collectors and investors alike. Right now, this coin isn't just valuable, it's a potential fortune, with current market value soaring up to an astonishing $878,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a single penny. But before your mind races too fast, ask yourself, what if the coin sitting forgotten in your drawer could be the one everyone else dreams of finding? Let's take a journey back to 1952, a time when America was booming after the war, and every coin minted carried both history and hope. Among the millions of pennies produced, the San Francisco Mint created a limited batch with a unique error, a subtle flaw invisible to most eyes but recognized immediately by seasoned collectors. This wasn't just a manufacturing mistake, it became a ticket to wealth for those who know how to spot it. Imagine, a coin no bigger than your thumb, yet it holds the power to make a fortune that could fund dreams, vacations, investments, or even a legacy for generations. But here's the thing: the excitement of discovery comes with urgency. Every week, rare coins like this are snatched from the market, never to return. If you own one, even unknowingly, the window to capitalize on it could be closing. The fear of missing out, of letting a life-changing opportunity slip through your fingers, is real. And it's what drives the collectors and investors to act decisively, without hesitation. So, what makes the 1952 wheat penny error so remarkable? It's subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, yet that tiny anomaly turns it into one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Experts describe it as a whisper of history, a rare minting error that collectors dream of discovering. And here's a thought: what if the coins you've been storing in old jars, boxes, or forgotten drawers are hiding the same secret? It's not just about money, it's about claiming something extraordinary that others can't touch. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time you felt the thrill of holding something so rare in your hand that your heart skipped a beat? That rush of excitement, knowing you might be looking at something others would pay hundreds of thousands, even nearly $1 million for? That's exactly the power of the 1952 wheat penny error. And believe me, this coin doesn't just sit on shelves, it commands attention, it drives auctions, and it makes headlines. And yes, before you think it's just a coin, remember this: every millionaire collector started exactly where you are, holding a small piece of metal, unsure of its value, until one day, the truth revealed itself. Funny enough, most people treat their pennies like pocket change, while a few sharp-eyed investors are quietly turning them into fortunes. Here's the truth: coins like this don't wait. Every moment that passes is a moment where someone else could discover or buy what could have been yours. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Experts confirm that the 1952 error is highly demanded, and a verified example can sell for a life-altering $878,000. That's the power of knowing, acting, and believing that the ordinary can be extraordinary. So, if you've got a collection tucked away, it's time to take a closer look. Don't let doubt or procrastination rob you of your chance to cash in on history. This isn't just about selling a coin, it's about stepping into a world where your knowledge and action can transform your wealth and your lifestyle. Picture a future funded by something you already own, a legacy built on a single discovery. That's the reality for collectors who know the value of rare coins like the 1952 sweet penny era. And if you're smiling right now thinking, could I really have one of these? That's exactly the spark that could turn curiosity into fortune. The thrill of discovery, the urgency to act, the excitement of holding something no one else can, it's all real, and it's waiting for you. So, take a deep breath, check your collection, and remember, history favors those who act. Today's forgotten penny could be tomorrow's life-changing treasure. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, no bigger than a quarter, yet potentially worth almost $1 million. Not just any coin, but a 1955 mint mark 1-cent wheat penny. Yes, that tiny, copper relic from the past could be your ticket to a level of wealth most people only dream about. Right now, millions of Americans are sitting on coins just like this, completely unaware of the fortune hiding in their change jars. And here's the kicker: every moment you hesitate could be costing you thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Have you ever looked at your old coins and wondered if they might actually be worth more than your retirement account? Well, today, we're diving into the story of the 1955 wheat penny, its rare mint era, and why collectors are paying insane amounts, up to $949,000, for the perfect example. Let's rewind to 1955. The United States was booming, rock and roll was in the air, and the penny was just a penny. But in the Detroit Mint, something extraordinary happened. A minting error occurred on the 1955 pennies, creating what collectors now call a double-dyed verse. In simple terms, the lettering and date on these pennies were accidentally stamped twice. It's a subtle mistake, barely noticeable to the untrained eye, but for coin collectors, it's the holy grail of numismatics. Imagine walking past a coin on the sidewalk, and it's actually a life-changing artifact. Suddenly, the mundane becomes extraordinary. Now, let's talk value, because here's where it gets truly exciting. The market for this coin isn't just strong, it's frenzied. $949,000 is the current benchmark for a high-grade specimen. That's right, nearly $1 million for a coin that was once considered spare change. Picture that. One tiny coin, capable of transforming your financial reality, your lifestyle, even the legacy you leave behind. And collectors aren't just buying pennies, they're chasing history, rarity, and prestige. In this world, demand doesn't just exist, it dominates. And here's a fun thought: how often do you get to say, I could have owned a fortune that fit in the palm of my hand? It's absurd, almost funny, except it's real. The urgency here is palpable. Every day, these rare coins are being discovered, auctioned, and whisked away by wealthy collectors who know exactly what they're worth. If you've got a 1955 wheat penny lying around, the clock is ticking. This isn't a hobbyist's curiosity, it's a financial opportunity with a concrete number attached, $949,000. So, what does this mean for you? If you've ever inherited coins, found them tucked in drawers, or even thought to glance at your childhood collections, now is the time to take action. Don't let uncertainty hold you back. The 1955 mint mark wheat penny is rare, highly sought after, and can command a price that changes lives. Every auction proves it. The demand is relentless, the competition fierce, and the reward monumental. Imagine selling one of these coins today. Not only would you secure nearly $1 million, but you'd gain the freedom to live on your terms, to invest, to indulge in the lifestyle you've always envisioned. And here's the subtle irony: what most people see as clutter, collectors see as priceless treasure. So, before that dusty coin jar gathers another speck of dust, consider this: that simple penny might just be the key to unlocking your wealth. Take a moment to look at your coins, because while others are scrolling, hoarding, or ignoring their potential, you could be stepping into a world where history meets fortune. And when it comes to rare coins like the 1955 wheat penny, fortune favors the bold, the knowledgeable, and the proactive. So, the question isn't whether this penny is valuable, it's whether you're ready to claim what could be yours. Time waits for no collector, and the next $949,000 opportunity could be slipping through your fingers right now. Don't let it. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something so ordinary, it's easy to overlook. But what if I told you that this little piece of copper, a simple penny from 1955, could change your life? Not just any penny, the 1955 no-mint mark 1-cent wheat penny error, one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in the United States. A coin so extraordinary that collectors are willing to pay up to $908,000 for it today. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a single, tiny penny. Now, before you scroll past your old coin jar or dismiss that dusty coin collection in the attic, stop. What you may have been seeing as just spare change could be the key to a level of wealth most people only dream about. And here's the thing, there are only a handful of these coins in existence. Every day that passes without checking your collection is a day someone else could be cashing in on a fortune that could have been yours. You might be thinking, come on, a penny? Really? Well, yes, but this is not your ordinary penny. This is a coin with a story, a legacy, and a value that makes it the holy grail of American numismatics. And if you're anything like the thousands of Americans who have discovered hidden treasures in their coin jars, you're about to realize that the life-changing power of a coin is very real. Let's go back to 1955. America was booming. The streets were filled with the sound of classic cars, diners were bustling, and the penny was more than money, it was a symbol of everyday life. But in the midst of this economic vibrancy, the United States Mint made a rare, almost accidental mistake. Some wheat pennies were struck without a mint mark, a tiny detail that would later make them priceless. Fast forward to today, and this coin is no longer just a relic. It's a beacon for collectors and investors alike. It's a coin that represents opportunity, foresight, and timing. Owning one of these coins is not merely a financial decision, it's a statement. It says, I recognize value when I see it. I seize rare opportunities others overlook. Here's where most people go wrong. They think rare coins are like lottery tickets, flukes, luck, and hope. But in reality, the market for rare coins, especially ones like the 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny, is thriving. Million-dollar collectors, wealthy investors, and passionate enthusiasts are competing for every piece they can find. That means if you discover one today, you are entering an elite circle. And elite circles? They don't wait. They act. Now, imagine this scenario for a second. You're at home, sipping your morning coffee, flipping through an old coin album that's been sitting in your family for decades, and you notice it, the gleam of copper, the perfect no mint mark imprint. Your heart races. You call a trusted dealer. Within days, your life could change forever. That's the fear and excitement dynamic that makes these coins so irresistible. And yes, before you ask, this isn't just theoretical. The current market value of $908,000 is proof. The demand is real, the buyers are real, and the opportunity is real. But here's the catch: every moment you delay, someone else could be claiming the fortune that could have been yours. Let's be honest, if you had a chance to make nearly $1 million from something you already own, wouldn't you act fast? Now, don't worry. I'm not saying you should start hunting coins like Indiana Jones in your backyard. Although, come on, that could be fun. Just imagine a fedora and whip for coin collecting. But seriously, the thrill here isn't just in the hunt. It's in recognizing that value is everywhere, often hiding in plain sight. And that's a mindset shift that the wealthiest Americans know. And you can too. Here's the truth: these coins are scarce, and the market is only getting hotter. Investors and collectors alike know that every year, the opportunities to acquire these coins become rarer, and the value climbs higher. The 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just a collectible, it's a tangible asset, a store of wealth, and a legacy piece you could pass down for generations. So, if you own old pennies, coin albums, or even random change that's been sitting in a drawer for decades, it's time to take action. Don't underestimate the value hiding in your hands. One glance, one appraisal, one bold move could unlock a life-changing fortune. You've worked hard, you've built wealth, and now it's time for your coins to do the same. Picture this: in a few weeks, your discovery could be featured in a collector's showcase, a private sale, or even a headline. Local collector turns 1955 penny into nearly $1 million. That could be your story, your legacy, your triumph. But the first step starts right now. Remember, history has a way of rewarding those who act decisively. The 1955 no-mint mark 1-cent wheat penny is more than a coin. It's a symbol of opportunity, a testament to rare vision, and a doorway to wealth. The question isn't whether these coins are valuable. The question is, will you be the one to claim yours before someone else does? Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something so small and ordinary that millions of people walk past it every single day without a second thought. But what if I told you that this very coin, a 1950-60 mint mark 1-cent wheat penny, could be worth close to $1 million today? Yes, you heard that right. $941,000. That's enough to transform dreams into reality, enough to turn a simple collection into a legacy of wealth. Now, before you scroll past your old coin jar in the attic, ask yourself, could the key to your financial breakthrough be hiding there, quietly waiting to be discovered? This isn't just another story about rare coins. This is about a hidden treasure in plain sight, a piece of American history that collectors fight over with intense passion. The 1950-60 wheat penny error is so rare that even seasoned coin experts sometimes gasp when they see it. Its value isn't just in the metal. It's in the story, the rarity, and the priceless allure of owning something almost mythical. Now, let's get into why this penny is so special. At first glance, it might seem like any other wheat penny, coppery and unassuming. But the devil is in the details, or, in this case, the mint mark. The 1950-60 error occurs when the mint mark is misplaced, doubled, or shows a striking flaw. These mistakes are incredibly rare, because the US Mint is usually meticulous, so when one slips through the cracks, it becomes a collector's holy grail. Here's the kicker: not all 1950-60 pennies are created equal. Some look perfectly normal and end up in dusty jars. But a genuine error penny? That coin will command attention, and the market knows it. Just last year, one sold for an astounding $941,000. Imagine holding that coin. That's not just wealth, that's a story you can tell for generations. It's the kind of rare opportunity that sneaks into your life once in a lifetime, and only those who act decisively capture it. And let's be honest, how many people actually check their old coins carefully? Most of us just toss them in jars or forget they exist. Think about it. That missed opportunity could be sitting in your drawer right now. It's almost cruelly exciting. The idea that your attic or old piggy bank might hold the key to a fortune. You feel the thrill, the tension, the urgency, because these coins don't stay on the market forever. When collectors get wind of a genuine 1950-60 error, bidding wars erupt, and prices skyrocket. Now, imagine this. You take that coin, yes, the one that looks ordinary to anyone else, to a professional appraiser. You discover it's genuine. Suddenly, you're not just holding a penny, you're holding a piece of history, a financial game-changer, a nearly $1 million asset. And here's the exciting part: the market is only heating up. Wealthy collectors, museum curators, and dedicated numismatists are all competing for coins like these. The demand has never been higher, and the scarcity ensures the value will only rise. So, what should you do? Don't wait. Examine your collection, your drawers, even that dusty coin jar you haven't opened in years. That seemingly insignificant penny might just be the ticket to the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. The 1950-60 mint mark wheat penny error isn't just a coin, it's a rare portal to wealth, prestige, and recognition among the elite collectors who understand its true value. And if you happen to find one, remember this: it's not just about money. It's about claiming something extraordinary, about realizing that rare opportunities exist for those who notice them and act decisively. You could be holding a fortune that others would give anything to own, and it's all waiting for someone bold enough to recognize it. So take a deep breath, check your coins, and prepare yourself. Because one simple penny, overlooked by millions, could make history in your hands, and maybe even change your life forever. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, an object so small yet so powerful, it could change your financial future overnight. Today, we're diving into one of the most extraordinary coin rarities in American history, the 1956 no-mint Mark 1-cent wheat penny. Yes, you heard that right. A penny. Not just any penny, but a penny so rare that collectors across the country are willing to pay nearly $1 million for it. In fact, the current market value has soared to an astonishing $915,000. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, a penny? Really? Ask yourself this. What if that penny sitting in an old jar in your attic or tucked away in a drawer could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth? Scary to think you might already own one, right? But don't panic, yet. What you need to know is how to recognize this coin, why it's so coveted, and how history made it nearly impossible to find. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this humble coin has collectors scrambling, and how it could very well be the most exciting financial discovery you've ever stumbled upon. And hey, if you think your penny collection is just cute, remember, one small mistake in overlooking it could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Literally. Let's set the scene. The year is 1956. The United States is booming, diners are filled with laughter, Elvis is rocking the airwaves, and coins are being minted in millions. Most people never gave their pennies a second glance. After all, they were just everyday change. But in this very year, the Philadelphia Mint produced a coin without its usual D or S mint mark, the humble 1-cent wheat penny that would later become a legend. Here's where it gets fascinating. In coin collecting circles, mint marks are everything. They tell the story of where a coin was made, and in many cases, the absence of a mark creates scarcity so extreme that collectors treat these coins as treasures beyond measure. The 1956 no-mint mark penny is not just rare, it's a once-in-a-lifetime find. Imagine walking into a coin shop and casually saying, "I have a 1956 no-mint mark penny." The excitement in the room would be palpable. Now, let's pause for a second. You might be thinking, $915,000? That sounds like a lot of monopoly money. But let me assure you, it's real, and it's happening. This isn't just a story about money, it's about legacy, opportunity, and the thrill of discovery. Coin collectors, investors, and wealthy hobbyists are all competing to find these pennies, and they're willing to pay staggering amounts for them. And here's a little secret twist: many people accidentally throw these pennies away every year. Yes, you heard that correctly. People literally toss fortunes into their kitchen drawers, because they don't realize the goldmine hiding in plain sight. Makes you want to check your pockets, right? So, what does this mean for you? First, awareness is everything. If you've ever owned coins, inherited collections, or even found loose change from the 1950s, there's a chance, no matter how slim, that a 1956 no-mint mark penny could be among them. The thrill of discovery isn't just a feeling, it's the first step toward transforming an ordinary collection into a life-changing fortune. Here's the exciting part: coins like this are in extremely high demand. Private collectors, investors, and auction houses are all fighting for them. And unlike other investments that fluctuate daily, a rare coin like this carries a historical weight that almost guarantees appreciation over time. This is not just wealth, it's prestige, it's legacy, and it's your chance to be part of a select group of collectors who truly understand value. So here's my advice: don't delay. Open those drawers, sift through those jars, and examine your pennies. Every second that passes is someone else snapping up a coin that could have been yours. And imagine the feeling, holding a coin worth nearly $1 million, knowing that you recognized its value before anyone else. It's a thrill, a validation, and a testament to your foresight. Before we wrap up, ask yourself this: do you want to be the person who just watched history pass by, or the one who seized it? Because opportunities like the 1956 no-mint mark wheat penny don't come knocking twice. Your discovery could be the story people tell for generations, the penny that turned into a fortune, the piece of history that transformed your life. And if you're thinking, "I'd better check my collection right now," that's exactly the energy you should feel. Because rare coins don't wait. They reward the vigilant, the curious, and the bold. So dig in, and who knows, you might just hold the most valuable penny in the world in your hand. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could instantly change your life. Not some, maybe it's valuable, coin, but a genuine treasure minted in 1957, AD mint mark 1 cent wheat penny. Now, before you dismiss it as just a penny, let me stop you right there. Because this little copper disc, often overlooked in your grandmother's coin jar or hidden in dusty collections, has the power to fetch nearly $1 million on today's market. Yes, you heard that right, $986,000. That's not a typo, and it's not an exaggeration. Now I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? And that's exactly why most people miss this opportunity. But not you. You're about to learn why this coin is in such high demand, why collectors are willing to pay life-changing sums for it, and why now, more than ever, your hidden coins could be worth millions. You see, the story of the 1957 wheat penny is not just about copper and mint marks. It's about scarcity, history, and the thrilling world of coin collecting, a world where timing and knowledge can turn everyday objects into extraordinary wealth. Picture a coin minted in Denver, ordinary in appearance, but containing a rare error that makes it virtually one of a kind. And here's the kicker, this isn't about luck, it's about knowing the signs, spotting the error, and acting before someone else snatches it from under your nose. By the end of this video, you'll see why this coin is one of the most sought-after pieces in the United States, and how it could sit in your hands, literally turning history into wealth. Let's dive into the heart of the story. The 1957 wheat penny was minted during a golden era of American coinage, but what sets this coin apart is a minting error so rare that it immediately captured the attention of serious collectors. It's the kind of anomaly that makes experts stop mid-sentence, and every auction house sit up and take notice. Now I have to ask, how often do you get a chance to sell something you already own for almost $1 million? Pause and think about that for a moment. This is the excitement that drives collectors into bidding wars, the fear of missing out that makes these pennies vanish from collections in the blink of an eye. And here's something most people don't realize. The 1957 wheat penny isn't just rare, it's in extremely high demand. Collectors are not looking for ordinary pennies. They want coins that tell a story, coins with errors that make them unique. And the market is insatiable. Every auction sees these coins selling for incredible amounts, with prices escalating each year. At $986,000 today, the coin isn't just a relic, it's a statement of value, history, and prestige. Imagine explaining to a buyer that you're selling a coin minted decades ago, tucked away in your collection, for nearly $1 million. That moment is not just exciting, it's life-changing. And here's a humorous thought. If you thought losing a penny was bad luck, imagine losing this one. But what makes this coin truly extraordinary isn't just the price. It's the story it carries. The wheat penny design, the Denver mint mark, the subtle imperfections from a machine that worked tirelessly decades ago, they all combine into a rare collectible that is essentially irreplaceable. This is why people line up, wallets open, ready to pay extraordinary sums. And if you have one in your collection, or even tucked away in a jar, this is your moment to recognize its value. Now, here's the part where most people hesitate, but not you. You see, coins like the 1957 wheat penny don't sit on shelves forever. The market is moving fast, and collectors are more aggressive than ever. The fear of missing out drives them to pay top dollar, and that's exactly why this is the perfect moment to consider selling. Imagine turning a forgotten coin into nearly $1 million, money that could fund your dreams, invest in opportunities, or secure a legacy. The excitement is palpable, the stakes are high, and the reward is enormous. Here's a thought to reset your attention. Have you ever walked past a lost treasure and didn't realize it was in your pocket? That's exactly what most people do with coins like these. But you aren't most people. You're someone who recognizes opportunity, who understands that knowledge is power, and who has the potential to capitalize on history. Don't let hesitation cost you hundreds of thousands, or even $1 million. So, whether you've stumbled upon this coin while cleaning out your attic, inherited a collection, or simply held it in your hand as a curiosity, now is the time to act. Get it appraised, authenticate it, and position yourself to sell it to serious collectors who recognize its extraordinary value. This isn't just a coin, it's a key to a wealthy lifestyle, a conversation piece that commands attention, and a financial game changer. And remember, coins like the 1957 Dewey penny don't wait around. They're snapped up in seconds by those who know their worth. So, if you're ready to turn a small piece of history into monumental wealth, start today. Check your collection, consult an expert, and discover if you're sitting on one of the most sought-after coins in America. Because opportunities like this, they don't knock twice. And the next person who walks away from this knowledge may very well be the one who misses out on $986,000. Don't let that be you. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly change your life. A simple, seemingly ordinary 1-cent wheat penny from 1958, with a small, barely noticeable D mint mark error, isn't just a coin, it's a key to unimaginable wealth. Most people walk past these treasures every day, unaware of the fortune sitting in their drawers, jars, or old collections. Today, we're diving into a rare piece of American history that collectors are fighting tooth and nail for, and you could be the one who cashes in on this incredible opportunity. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin isn't just rare, it's practically priceless, with a current market value soaring to an astonishing $887,000. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a coin that once fit in a child's piggy bank. Let's rewind to 1958. The United States Mint was producing millions of pennies, each intended to be just another day in circulation. But sometimes errors happen. Not the kind you shrug off, but the kind that collectors dream about for decades. Among these, the 1958 D mint mark error stands out. The D for Denver was struck twice or in a slightly unusual way on some pennies, creating a unique anomaly. To the untrained eye, it looks like a regular coin, but to the right collector, it's a crown jewel. Now I know what you're thinking. Just a penny? That's it. Here's where the excitement kicks in. Most of these pennies were lost, melted, or discarded over the decades. Only a handful exist today, making this coin extremely rare. Think about that. A piece of copper sitting in your old coin jar could be worth more than your first car, your house, or maybe even your retirement savings. Crazy, right? Now here's where it gets thrilling, and a little terrifying. Imagine discovering you've had one of these coins for years, tucked away in a drawer, and realizing it could be worth $887,000. That's not just pocket change, that's life-altering money. And here's the catch. These coins are disappearing from the market faster than ever. Collectors, investors, and auction houses are hunting them down relentlessly. If you hesitate, someone else could be cashing in on your potential fortune. I mean, think about it. One tiny penny, overlooked by millions, could have been sitting under your nose all this time. The fear of missing out is real, and it's not just about money, it's about legacy, status, and the power of recognizing value before everyone else does. Picture the excitement of realizing that a coin you've owned for decades isn't just rare, it's in extraordinarily high demand and commands an almost unbelievable price. And let's pause for a moment. Have you ever had that awkward moment where you thought your old coins were worthless, only to find out they're worth more than your car? Laugh slightly, that's exactly the kind of shock that awaits someone with this penny. It's thrilling, it's nerve-wracking, and it's exactly why collectors pay such premium prices. This coin doesn't just represent history, it represents opportunity, timing, and fortune. So, what does this mean for you? If you own a 1958 D mint mark error penny, or even a similar rare wheat penny, you're holding more than copper and zinc, you're holding a ticket to financial transformation. The market is hot, the demand is skyrocketing, and collectors are willing to pay insane amounts. Right now, a single verified coin can fetch $887,000, and that number continues to grow as more coins vanish from circulation. This isn't a gimmick or a story from a coin magazine, it's real, it's tangible, and it's happening in the very auctions and private sales happening this year. The key is urgency. Every day that coin stays in a drawer, another collector might be missing their chance, but you could be the one who acts now and makes history. Think about the pride of holding a piece of American mint history that isn't just rare, it's a magnet for wealth, admiration, and opportunity. Your next step is simple: verify, authenticate, and connect with the right buyers. With the right approach, a simple penny could propel you into a lifestyle most people only dream of. And here's the beauty: you've just learned about it before the rest of the world catches on. That puts you in the driver's seat, ready to turn this tiny coin into a monumental fortune. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just discovering the value of old coins, remember this: history doesn't just sit quietly, it pays those who recognize its worth. That 1958 Mint Mark III penny isn't just an artifact, it's your gateway to a life of financial freedom, recognition, and unmatched excitement. Don't let it slip through your fingers.